It is Heather from Tech at Lowell again, this time with a new video series, which I'm calling How to Feed Yourself. So this series is going to be all about learning how to cook. Basic, simple recipes that are budget friendly, easy to do, and are things that you can build on as you start to get confidence with cooking. So before we get to the fun bit, which is the cooking, of course, we got to talk a little shop, which is going to be nutrition. So we're going to talk about nutrition for this one, and then next episode is going to be meal planning, a little bit of how to shop better. So first off, I am neither a registered healthcare professional nor a registered dietitian, so always double check my research. I've tried to do my best to prepare for this, but definitely double check anything I say against like your doctor's advice, or below I'm going to link the USDA dietary guidelines as well as the Brazilian dietary guidelines I found. Both are very similar and are really full of really good information and resources. They're easy to use and they're free. It's always my favorite. So for the first part of nutrition, we are going to talk about the three major macronutrients, which are protein, fats, and carbohydrates. So protein is going to be what you think of like your meats, your fish, beans, legumes, soy products have protein. Fats are going to be like olive oil, canola oil, avocados. Fatty fish are a great source of fats, as are nuts. Carbohydrates are going to be what you normally think of as like your starches. So pasta, potatoes, anything made from wheat products like bread or oats. Bulgur is a grain. And then your fruits and vegetables are also going to be mostly carbohydrates. So you need all three macronutrients as part of a healthy, balanced diet. Just of course in different proportions. So then, now that we have a little bit of information about our macronutrients that we want to be incorporating, we are also going to look at how two different categories of food, as I like to put them. So there is nutrient-dense food, and then there is calorie-dense food. For example, a nutrient-dense food would be strawberries, while a calorie-dense would be like chocolate or potato chips. For 100 calories, you are going to be able to eat quite a bit more volume of strawberries than you would necessarily be able to eat of chocolate or potato chips. That being said, you don't want to cut out any soul food or food group unless directed to do so by a doctor or if you have some sort of food intolerance or sensitivity. You don't want to do crash diets if it says something like lose 15 pounds in a week. It's just not a good idea. The same thing goes for like juice cleanses or tea cleanses or anything like that. It's just not worth the risk. There's no quick fix for your diet. Another way I like to look at it is to focus on adding things rather than taking away. So as part of my diet, I try to focus on adding as many fruits and vegetables, as many nutrient-dense foods as I can, rather than thinking about, oh, I need to stop eating cake just completely. Need to quit eating cake and chips, because it's just not realistic. When you severely restrict your diet, you run the risk of having a nutrient deficiency, especially if you're cutting your calories severely back, because that is going to edge out things like fruits and vegetables. And you also run the risk of developing a disordered eating pattern or even an eating disorder. So a lot of times episodes of severe restriction will be followed by episodes of binge eating. So again, always consult a medical professional or a registered dietitian before you make any major changes to your diet. Okay? And again, I am neither of those things, so take my advice with a grain of salt. So now that we've got that little bit of business out of the way, here are some examples of meals that will incorporate all of the macronutrients. So One example is a whole grain or protein pasta with a tomato and meat sauce served with a side salad made of leafy greens, carrots, cucumber, and tomato, and a vinaigrette dressing. So I've got some healthy fats in the vinaigrette dressing that's made with some olive oil. Got some really good carbs from the whole grain or protein pasta as well as the salad. And then I've got some protein in the meat in the sauce, whether that's ground beef or ground turkey or ground chicken. All of them are good choices. Another example meal, one that I frequently eat, is grilled boneless, skinless chicken breast that's been seasoned or been on a marinade, and serving that with some grilled or roasted veggies like cauliflower, broccoli, carrots, and served with maybe like brown rice or some roasted potatoes. So you're going to get your carbs from the roasted veggies and either the rice or the potatoes. You've got a good source of protein in the chicken as well as a little bit of fat. A breakfast example would be having oatmeal that's been cooked in either water or your milk of choice with some berries mixed in, and then maybe topped with some nuts and or nut butter or yogurt. So you're going to get some protein from the nuts, nut butter, yogurt, or milk that you use. Oats are a great source of whole grain, and then you're also going to find some fat in the nuts, nut butter, and probably your yogurt is going to have at least a little bit unless you use non-fat. So all of this is to say, strive for an overall healthy eating pattern, not just focusing on making every single meal perfect. You're going to drive yourself crazy that way. So it doesn't mean that you're never going to get to eat like a burger and fries again. Sure, that's fine on occasion as long as your overall eating pattern is healthy and balanced and filled with lots of fruits and vegetables and other nutrient-dense foods. So that is the end of episode 1. I will see you again in episode 2 for a little more about shopping and meal planning. Until then, y'all have a great day. Bye!